Just come outside for the night. Yeah. Take your time, get your life. Dirty
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, another busy day as always. I'm just leaving the gas station. I have lost my business debit card, so I need to get some gas because I have to drive about 150, maybe 200 miles today. We are going to Atascocita, then I have to hop down to Baytown. We're going to check on 2 different flip projects. One of those I bought a month ago. I had to step in last minute to help the seller. Somebody else was supposed to buy it. They backed out the day before closing. It's a whole situation, which I'll explain to you guys. And then after that, I'm going to Baytown to check on a flip, which you guys have seen, the one where I broke the window to get in the property. We are finishing it. We have deep cleaning today and then pictures tomorrow. So I just want to make sure that we have a good product ready for the market. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves is like when people, just like properties aren't listed correctly, or they have terrible pictures, or they just leave stuff in the way, because these photographers, they're not going to move anything. They just come in, take pictures, edit them, and then leave. And so I just want to make sure that we're putting a wonderful product on the market so people fall in love and we can get some offers. So yeah, I got to go find my debit card. Don't know where it is. That's going to be a fun game. And then, like I said, we're going to hit the road. So I'm going to take you guys with me. It's going to be a dope video. You're going to learn a lot. It's going to be fun. Let's get it. All right, guys, we have made it to our next stop of the day. We are in Atascocita, and like I told you guys, this is a house that one of my clients was actually supposed to purchase, and he backed out the day before closing. It's a whole situation. It's really hot out here, so I'm gonna go on the inside and I'm gonna break down what happened and why he didn't close, and then why I had to step in and actually purchase the home myself and what we are gonna do with it.
Just holding up a loud shot. I got these hoes on their toes. So I put the bitch with the road. She tryna fuck on the boat. I got this hoe with me. She tryna show me something. I got flows for days. Niggas ain't on nothing. Me and my bro like they don't know we on one. We in the spot going crazy until the sun up. You worried about that hoe I chose up. Piss all in the kitchen, can't get the cold up. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about this deal and why my client didn't buy it. So this is a house that came to me through social media, as most of my deals do. And this was a person who reached out to me back in January. This was their parents' home. Their mother passed away, sadly, and his father was still living here, and it's just a really big home. So this house is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it's 2,600 square feet, right? And around that time, I had a client who had reached out to me a couple months before in November, and he was working on getting pre-approved. And he was like, look, I really want to build equity and I want to buy something for my kids that's going to gain equity. Well, when this lead came across my desk, I called him immediately and I was like, hey, I have a property for you that you would be interested in. It's in the exact neighborhood that you want, and currently the price that he's asking, you can step into a significant amount of equity. And he really liked that. So we went down the process. I come to see the house, and the seller had a couple months to work with because he had to get his father still situated. And so because of that, it was going to take a couple months, and my client was working on their credit, so they were right at a point where they were about to get pre-approved. And so I was like, hey, could we structure this deal? Like, I essentially went back to the seller and was like, hey, I can give you 4 or 5 options. I was like, I can list the home for you, I can buy it at cash, and this is the price that I could do it. I could take over payments, and this is the price, and this is what it would look at. I could novate it, we agree on a price, I'm literally just gonna clean it out, relist it for a higher price, put a few $1,000s into it. Or the last thing is I can show it to my client. If they're interested, they're already pre-approved, you guys have a couple months. I think we need a month or so to get everything situated. So we agreed on that. And as we went through the process, a lot of things changed, but for my client, he was still interested. And so we set it up to where I structured the deal where my client was going to buy the home. And if for some reason that he was not able to close or get the pre-approval that we were right there at, I would just come in and buy the home, and then I would just essentially wholesale it, right? Like, I'm gonna buy it for this price and then just clean it out and relist it on the open market, because the home is not that old. It's in a great great neighborhood. We're right by a golf course and the comps are very strong. So I essentially structured the deal where my client would be bringing minimal money out of pocket. Like we rolled up all the closing costs. The seller was going to pay my commission and then the buyer was going to cover some of the closing costs, but we were going to roll those in because we had so much equity. But let's talk numbers and what that actually looked like for my client. So the home as is condition is worth around $285,000. The comps actually go up above $300,000. And like I told you, we're on a golf course or right by one. We're not situated on it, but we're like a couple of streets over. And so essentially when we structured the deal, my client just needed the home to appraise for at least $250,000 because that was his loan amount. That's just what we needed to get approved for. I told him, hey, this home is worth $285,000. Initially, we went under contract for $230,000, and then we ended up having to roll in some more closing costs. So we were under contract for $240,000, and the appraisal came back a little bit low, right? Because the appraisal is just to get the property appraised for the loan to get approved. So the appraiser said that the home was only worth $265,000, which is crazy because within the 2 weeks that they did the appraisal, another home that is 1,000 square feet smaller, literally 2 streets over, just sold for $317,000. Now, mind you, it's 1,000 square feet smaller, but appraisals have this rule where if it's off by 300 or 400 square feet, they can't use it. So they didn't want to give us the full value of the 280 or even 300,000, but it got the loan approved. But because that value wasn't what I told my client, he didn't feel comfortable pulling the trigger, which is totally understandable from his side. But if you look at it, even at 240,000, at 265,000, he was walking into $25,000 worth of equity based on the appraiser. Now I knew it was worth a lot more because I look at so many properties, and I plan on listing this home for $280,000, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But I knew the home was worth more, and I thought my client was going to trust me and still move forward with the deal because essentially we structured it where he was only going to be bringing $1,200 out of pocket. So think about this, guys. You have a property that you're looking at purchasing, and I'm telling you, all you have to bring to the table is $1,200. And right now, based on the appraisal, you're gonna walk into $25,000. So you give me $1,200, I'm gonna give you $25,000. When in reality, this number is really closer to $50,000 because this number was off by 20 grand, right? But it is what it is. That's the appraisal that we had to go with. My client didn't feel comfortable, so he backed out of the deal the day before closing. And note, this was in May, right? So I've spent, initially made contact with my client, worked on his credit, close to 5 or 6 months on this deal for him to back out the day before closing. He was like, I don't think it's worth that. I'm going off the appraisal. I was like, hey, whatever. I still have to perform to the seller because that was our deal. If he doesn't close, I will buy the house. So we structured the deal where I would purchase it for $220,000. I'm literally going to clean everything out, do some paint touch-ups, shampoo the carpets, get this stuff cleaned out. We're going to relist for $280, $285. Because now more comps have happened because we're into June. But it just sucks sometimes because being a mentor, working with people, you can lead them. What does they say? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And I get what he was saying with the appraisal, but if you were trusting me as your real estate professional, I presented you an off-market deal with a ton of equity and he just didn't see the value. But hey, that is what it is. I did. So I just went ahead and bought the house, and we had to do a 30-day lease back, and I came here today to see, and as you guys can see, they left a bunch of stuff in the home, which I already knew they were going to. So that's what I wanted to see, what was left. I'm going to drop a dump. My guys are going to start this trash out this week, and then we're going to get started on the process. But that's the reality of deals. Like sometimes you're going to have to make adjustments in the deal or structure them creatively, right? That doesn't mean that it's not still a deal. It just means you have to look at it differently. So we bought it. It's been about 30 days, right? So we already have a month of holding costs, and yeah, we're going to get this thing cleaned out. And my plan is to have it relisted in the next 2 weeks. We'll see if that happens because I'll have to come back next week once it's cleaned out, meet with my painters and just kind of go through everything that I need done. But yeah, this is the Atascocita house. Should be a quick little hotel and be a great first time home buyer house because it's not that old. It was built in the early 2000s, but this is the reality, like I said, of real estate. Sometimes you can put the perfect deals together and people don't see the value, but at the end of the day, my word is more important to the seller, and that's all that mattered to me. So we got it closed. But I'm gonna get some pictures, do a nice little walkthrough, get some videos, and then we still gotta go to Baytown. I have to go check on the other flip that we're gonna be listing tomorrow. Well, probably Friday. It's Wednesday. We're gonna get pictures tomorrow, probably take a day editing everything, and then we'll have the listing active on Friday for the weekend. So making progress, guys, moving through the city. Just a busy day.
Just come outside for the night. Yeah. Take your time, get your light. Turn it down.
All right, guys, we actually made a quick pit stop. We're in Crosby, Texas. It was on the way from Atascocita down to Baytown. And the reason that I'm here is I actually have a flip that's been on the market for about a month now. And surprisingly, it hasn't sold. Not really sure why. Looks like I have a notice here from somebody as well. Yep. Gotta pay the water bill. It's such a pain in the ass trying to deal with utilities. But let's take a look on the inside real quick and I'll show you guys. Because like I said, I literally was passing the neighborhood and was like, let me just check on it because it's so far from my house. But let's take a look on the inside real quick. All right, so here's the flip, guys. Weather's getting kind of nasty. Storm's blowing in, but my light's working here. All right, here's the kitchen. As you guys can see, we got our standard Sirius gray. Got our beautiful light fixture here. And then our light brown floors, as you guys can see. I'm so happy I stopped by because for some reason, one of the most important lights on the house is not working. So I'm gonna have to send my guy out. But this is why you always check on your flips. Nice bathrooms, beautiful quartz countertops. So, I mean, our typical grays, light browns, you know, those type of things. But beautiful tiled shower. The only thing I don't like about this house is I didn't realize until we were already finished with the rehab is like how close the toilet is to the sink. So this might be something, ooh, big cockroach in there. But this might be something that I have to fix for the buyers, which I've totally accepted, but it's just part of it. Just little things that get missed on flips. So typical fixtures, typical layout. Like I said, we got the utility notice, so we'll get the water taken care of. And I'm really glad that I stopped by because now I know one of our main living room lights isn't working. So always check on your flips or have people checking on it. Also, the yard's got to get cut, which I get, my guy. It's a long drive out here, but this has to get taken care of, especially for the weekend. And because too, I'm about to drop the price on this one. It's been sitting and I bought this house for $112,000 from a wholesaler I've bought a few properties from. And I initially listed it at $220, thinking it was gonna sell because I was still really under market. I mean, even my neighbor is listed on the corner for like $240. And even though I'm a little bit smaller, I felt like it was fairly priced, but we just haven't gotten the best feedback for some reason. And the thing that's probably really hurting us is there's a lot of new builds around this neighborhood, which I was aware of because I've actually done a couple in this neighborhood before. And I just bought another house a couple streets over. So I was well aware of that, but we're just gonna drop it to 200 and I'll still make really good money. Like I said, I think I'm all in right now at like 150. So I mean, still a nice little profit, not what we thought we were gonna make, but it's already been sitting for a month. So we gotta get it off the books immediately. We still gotta make it to Baytown. I still have another 25 minutes to go. And the weather, it is about to rain so bad here. It's been thundering, wind blowing heavy. So let's hurry up and make it to Baytown. All right, guys, so actually, I had to make a pit stop. I was driving and my tire light came on and look what I just fucking found. Look at this shit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that taken care of real quick. All right, guys, we've made it to the final stop of the day. I'm gonna give you guys a quick walkthrough and then I gotta head back to Katy because I have over an hour drive, especially with traffic, the rain, it's about to be terrible. But we're here in Baytown. Let's take a look. So we have a dining room, which could honestly be an extra bedroom if you wanted. We have a huge living room area, and then the kitchen cleaners are here getting everything right. We have all this. Like I said, we are saving the old appliances, but we get them cleaned up. We have the laundry area, pantry, and then we have half bath down here, and then we have the garage and a few things to pick up. I'm gonna send my trash out guy to come get this stuff because the plumbers were supposed to take it. Big backyard, you guys can see. The weather is terrible. Did have the house and the back patio all pressure washed. We got everything cleaned up, so it looks nice back here. Upstairs, we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. Guest bathroom upstairs, looks good. And then we have the master in here, if you guys remember, and huge sink. You guys know, I got my big backlit mirror, looks great. And then toilet and everything as well. Now, if you guys remember, we ended up picking up this property for $135,000, which is an amazing deal. Originally, we had it under contract for $120,000, and then back taxes came back. It was just more than we anticipated. So $135,000, we're gonna end up putting right under $20,000. So with holding costs, closing costs, and everything, we'll be all in right around $170,000. And then I'm going to list this home on the market for $260,000 this weekend. weekend. Realistically, it'll probably sell from 250 to 260. Now we do have the best product compared to all of the other homes, but you never know what the market's going to do, especially in this current climate. But we want to be under or right at comps with a better product. So that's what we're going to do. And we should come out really good once everything is said and done. But we'll see. I just needed to come meet with the cleaners. There's a couple little things that I need to get done. So I'm glad that I stopped by. Some trash that needs to be picked up. But I just wanted to show you guys the process and what the end product looks like, because we've only had this property. We've owned it for a couple months, but we started the rehab like a week and a half ago. So the rehab was very easy on this one. These are the type of deals that we're trying to do nowadays. But yeah, if you guys made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, because I'm dropping weekly videos, guys, every single week, real estate content. Until next week, guys, peace.